Beautiful, spicy ladies, why you're not orgasming. 3 sexual myths modern women need to unlearn. Let's be honest, sex is a big part of relationships, and when it's not working the way you want, it can leave you frustrated, disconnected, or even doubting yourself. I've been there, and I've coached so many women through this. What I've learned, a lot of it comes down to myths, stories we've been told about our bodies, our pleasure, and what's supposed to happen in the bedroom. Today, we're busting those myths wide open with some practical advice and a few stories from my own journey. We'll talk communication, trust, emotional intimacy, everything that ties into a fulfilling love life, whether you're saving a marriage, boosting your confidence, or preparing for something new. Oh, and stick around. I'll share my spicy lady technique to help you fix this and bring some fun back into the mix. So grab a comfy seat, maybe a cup of tea, and let's have a heart-to-heart about reclaiming your pleasure. Before we dive into these myths, let's take a breath together. Sexual pleasure isn't just about the physical. It's about how you feel in your skin, how you connect with your partner, and what you believe about yourself. I remember early in my own relationships, I'd lie there wondering, why isn't this working? Am I broken? It wasn't until I started digging into this, both personally and as a coach, that I realized so much of what holds us back isn't us. It's the baggage we picked up along the way. These myths I'm about to share, they're sneaky. They mess with your head, your heart, and your bedroom. But once you unlearn them, you open a door to a life filled with love, understanding, and yes, some pretty amazing moments. So let's unpack the 3 big ones holding modern women back and how to flip the script. First up, it should happen naturally. Oh, this one's a doozy. We've all heard it, movies, magazines, even well-meaning friends telling us that orgasm should just happen if the chemistry's right. No effort, no talk, just fireworks. I fell for this hard when I was younger. I'd be with a guy, expecting magic, and when it didn't come, I'd blame myself or him. Then I coached a woman named Tara. She was newly married, crazy about her husband, but she couldn't get there. She'd fake it, thinking it's supposed to be easy. I told her, Tara, that's a myth. Pleasure's a conversation. We worked on communication. She started telling him what felt good, what didn't. No shame. Turns out he loved it, said it made him feel closer to her. That's the truth. It's not automatic. It takes trust to say, hey, let's figure this out together. Try this. Next time, speak up. Say, I love when you do this. Or can we try that? It's not awkward, it's intimate. Unlearning this myth means owning your pleasure, and that's a game changer. Next, we've got It's All About Him. This myth tells us women's pleasure is secondary, like our job is to make sure he's happy. And if we get something out of it, great, but don't expect too much. I saw this in my client, Lisa. She'd been married 10 years, and sex had become this routine where she'd perform, he'd finish. And she'd lie there thinking, is this it? She didn't even realize how much she'd bought into this idea, that her needs didn't matter. I asked her, when's the last time you told her what you want? She blushed, said she didn't want to seem selfish. But here's the thing, emotional intimacy thrives when both of you feel seen. So we practiced. She started small, guiding his hand, whispering what she liked. He was thrilled. She'd been holding back, and he hadn't even known. Unlearning this myth is about boosting your self-esteem, saying, I deserve this too. Practical tip, take 5 minutes alone. Explore what feels good to you, then share it. It's not just about him. It's about you both, and that's what builds a lasting bond. Finally, you're supposed to look perfect. This one's brutal. Thinking you gotta be flawless, airbrushed, porn star ready to enjoy sex or deserve an orgasm. I'll never forget my own wake-up call. I was dating someone, and I'd spend half the time sucking in my stomach, worrying about angles, totally checked out of the moment. No wonder I wasn't feeling it. I was too busy performing. Then I coached Sarah, a single mom who'd stopped dating because she hated her stretch marks. She'd freeze up in bed, thinking, he's judging me. I told her, Sarah, trust is hotter than perfection. We worked on her letting go. Next guy she dated, she didn't hide. She said, This is me, and focus on the connection instead. Guess what? Best sex she'd ever had. The myth says your body's a problem. The truth is, your presence is the power. Here's how I unlearn it. Next time, close your eyes, breathe, feel, not pose. You're enough, and that vulnerability, it's irresistible. Now, let's tie this up a little fun, the spicy lady technique. You've unlearned the myths, but maybe you're still in a rut. That's where this comes in. It's about shaking things up with playfulness and confidence. I learned this from years of watching couples fade into routine and fixing my own along the way. Say you're stuck on it should happen naturally. Use the spicy lady technique to break that. Try a flirty. Let's play tonight. What's your move? Or if it's been all about him, surprise him with, my turn. Show me what you've got. Feeling shy about your body? Light a candle, pull him close and say, I'm feeling spicy. Catch me if you can. It's not about grand gestures. It's a wink, a nudge, a little mischief to remind you both that sex can be fun, not pressure. A client, Jen, did this. Her marriage was blah, so she left a note. Meet me at 8, bring your A game. They laughed, they connected. And she told me it was the first orgasm in months. That's the fix. Unlearn the myths, then spice it up with you being you. So, there you have it. 3 myths modern women need to unlearn. It should happen naturally. It's all about them. And you're supposed to look perfect. These are the sneaky lies keeping you from orgasming, from feeling that deep electric connection you deserve. I've walked this road myself. Those nights of doubt, those breakthroughs with clients like Tara, Lisa, Sarah, and I've seen how letting go of these stories opens up everything. This isn't just about sex. It's about reflecting on what you want, growing into a woman who trusts herself, and making your time matter. Whether you're saving a marriage, building self-esteem, or dreaming of what's next. Love, understanding, fulfillment. It starts with you saying, I'm worth it. So, I want you to sit with this. Which myth's been holding you back? What's one step you can take? Maybe a conversation, a spicy move to shift it. You got the power to rewrite the story. Take a deep breath with me. Let's let that sink in. If this resonated, hit that like button. It means so much. Drop a comment below. Which myth hit home for you? Or share your own spicy lady moment. I'm here for it all, and I read every word. If you're new, subscribe and tap that bell. We got more real talk coming your way. The spicy lady technique. You've heard me drop into our chats, and I promise I break it down. So here we are. This is my go-to trick for shaking things up when your love life or your bedroom feels a little stuck. It's not about turning into some wild seductress or doing anything that doesn't feel like you. No, it's simpler than that. The spicy lady technique is about bringing a dash of playfulness, a little surprise, into your connection to wake things up and remind you both that intimacy can be fun, not just a chore or a pressure cooker. And trust me, it's perfect for tackling those myths we've been unlearning today, especially when you're wondering why the big O isn't showing up. So what's it look like? Imagine your sex life's been on autopilot. Maybe you're caught up in thinking it should just happen, or you're too focused on him, or you're worried about how you look. The spicy lady technique is your reset button. It's about taking a moment to step out of a rut with a small, bold move that says, hey, I'm here, I'm alive, and I want us to feel this. It's not about grand plans or fancy lingerie. Though hey, if that's your vibe, go for it. It's more like a spark, a little mischief to lighten the mood and open the door to something deeper. Let me paint you a picture from my own life. A while back, I was with someone, and things had gotten predictable. Same routine, same quiet nights, and honestly, I wasn't feeling much in the bedroom. I could have stayed frustrated, but instead, I decided to get spicy. One evening, I grabbed a candle, turned off the lights, and said, let's play a game. Tell me one thing you've always wanted to try. It was simple, but it shifted everything. We laughed, we talked, and suddenly we were connecting in a way we hadn't in months. That's the spicy lady technique. A little nudge to break the ice and bring you back to each other. How does this fix the orgasm problem? Well, think about those myths we busted. If you're stuck on it should happen naturally, the spicy lady technique gets you talking. Say, Let's figure this out together. What's your move? It's communication with a wink. If it's been all about him, flip it. Try a flirty. My turn tonight. Show me what you've got. And if you're hung up on looking perfect, let go of the playful. Catch me if you can, and just be in the moment. I had a client, Jen, who was in a dry spell with her husband. She used this, left a note saying, "Meet me at 8, bring your A game." They ended up giggling through it, and she told me it was the first time she fully let go in ages. That's the power. It's light, it's you, and it works. Here's how you can try it. Pick a moment when things feel off. Maybe you're tense or disconnected. Then add your spice. Could be a cheeky text like, "Guess what I'm thinking?" Or a spontaneous, "Let's turn off the phones and just play." Maybe it's a whisper in his ear. "What's one thing you'd love right now?" The point is, it's low pressure and fun. It builds trust because you're showing you're confident enough to mix it up, and it deepens intimacy by creating a shared, silly, sexy memory. Plus, it pulls you out of your head, away from those myths, and into your body. Why is it irresistible? Because it's not about perfection or forcing anything. It's about showing up as a woman who's engaged, who's willing to have a little adventure. Men love that energy. It's a signal you're in it with them, not just going through the motions. And for you, it's a boost, a reminder that you're not broken. You're just ready to spice things up. So here's my challenge. Try one spicy move this week. Maybe a playful challenge, a flirty dare, or just a moment where you say, "Let's make this fun." It's your fix for those myths, your way to reclaim the joy. And yeah, the orgasms too. What do you think? Stay true to yourself. To all the spicy ladies make life beautiful, see you in our next video.